If you're over 70 or booking a flight for someone who is, you're probably missing out on some seriously hidden airline perks and discounts. These benefits could save you hundreds of dollars, whether it's through special seat upgrades to VIP classes, priority boarding, or discounted baggage fees, and make your flight feel like a first-class experience without the first-class price. But don't worry, after watching this video, you'll know exactly how to unlock these perks and save real cash. No complicated steps required. Whether you're over 70 or helping a loved one with their travel plans, what you're about to learn will change the way you travel, making your airport experience smoother and your wallet a little fuller. Let's get started. Over 70 and still booking tickets at full price? You might be leaving serious money on the table because some airlines keep senior-only fares buried deep in their booking systems, way out of sight when you search online. Delta Airlines have special pricing on select routes, often 5 to 15% lower. You'll usually only uncover it by calling or when a senior filter quietly appears in their search tool. And here's where it gets interesting. On certain routes, United Airlines, especially to Latin America, have been known to take as much as 25% off. This won't show up on third-party sites, so watch for the senior 65+ option or just speak to an agent. American still offers reduced rates for seniors on some international flights. Your best shot at finding them is in advanced search or by asking the rep to check the senior fare bucket. If you're in that age group, skip the booking apps for a moment and talk to the airline directly. Just ask, "I'm over 70. Can you check if there's senior pricing on my route?" That quick question could reveal a fare your seatmate paid hundreds more for. Want to sit next to your loved one without paying a seat selection fee? Just ask this simple question. Is there any way you could help with a discount or seating for someone traveling with a senior? I once read a YouTube comment about a 74-year-old passenger flying internationally for medical reasons with her daughter by her side. When they booked over the phone, she asked that exact question. The result? The agent seated them together, no extra fee, and even found a fare cheaper than what was showing online, all from one polite request. It doesn't always mean you'll get a lower price. Sometimes the real win is priority seating, waived fees, or simply knowing you'll be next to each other for the whole trip. That makes the flight far more relaxing. So, you've booked your flight, but what about the airport? The next perk can turn that maze of crowds and checkpoints into a far smoother experience. Flying can be overwhelming for seniors. Crowded airports, long TSA lines, and confusing signs. But what if there was a way to make all of that easier? Enter TSA Cares, a free service designed to help passengers who need extra assistance, particularly seniors traveling alone. Whether it's navigating the security process, getting through the maze of signs, or just having a calm experience, TSA Cares has got you covered. And this is the key point. You don't need a medical condition or a wheelchair to benefit from it. To use this service, you can contact TSA Cares up to 72 hours before your flight by calling or filling out a quick form online. On your travel day, a passenger support specialist will meet you at the checkpoint, guide you through security at your own pace, and answer any questions you might have. It's all at a relaxed, comfortable pace. TSA Cares is one of the best-kept secrets for seniors traveling alone, or for families helping their loved ones navigate airports. It helps take the stress out of the airport and ensures you feel supported every step of the way. Big airports can feel like obstacle courses, long walks, endless lines, and gates that seem miles apart. For seniors, even those who don't use a wheelchair every day, it can be exhausting. However, you have the right to use that motion chair for free. Under U.S. federal law, airlines must provide free wheelchair service for anyone who needs help moving through the airport. This isn't just for permanent disabilities. It covers age-related mobility issues, temporary injuries, or simply wanting extra support while moving from one side to another side of the airport. Europe and the UK have similar rules, with no paperwork required. Many don't realize this benefit exists. They even feel awkward asking, But it's not a favor, it's a right. Booking it is simple. When you reserve your flight, select Special Assistance or call the airline at least 48 hours before departure. On travel day, an attendant can meet you at the curb, help you through check-in and security, often with shorter lines, and take you right to your gate. Most times, you'll also board early, avoiding the rush. Sometimes, travelers also use it for tight connections or long layovers. It's not just a wheelchair, it's a stress-free, energy-saving shortcut from curb to seat. Now, if there's a way to save your legs at the airport, there's also a trick to save your back, and maybe even dodge an extra baggage fee. Travel with CPAP, a cane, an insulin kit, or a portable oxygen concentrator. Here's a tip that saves your back and your bag allowance. In the US, medical and mobility devices don't count toward your carry-on limit by federal law. That means they ride free, no matter what else you've packed. Most of the time, you won't need a doctor's letter or any special paperwork. Just bring it, say what it is, and keep it within easy reach. 2 words agents love: medical device. Add it to your booking notes and check your airline's website before you fly. Policies can vary, especially if you're changing planes on an international route. If a gate agent tries to count it as a bag, stay calm and say, medical devices aren't subject to the carry-on limit under federal rules. That one sentence can save you a lot of back and forth. Flying in Europe? The rules are even better. You can bring multiple essential items, like a wheelchair and a CPAP, at no charge. No suitcase Tetris required. Do not hide your cane, CPAP, or insulin kit in your luggage. Carry it openly, speak up, and let the system work for you. Your back and flight will all feel a whole lot lighter. Imagine walking through TSA with your shoes still on, no bending down, no chilly floor under your feet. That's one of several perks available to travelers over 75 that most never use. These small changes can make airport security less stressful. Seniors in this age group can keep their shoes and light jackets on when going through the scanner. Set off the alarm? You can choose a lighter secondary screening instead of a full-body pat-down. Standing for long periods is tough? Request to stay seated while officers complete the check. The trick is knowing exactly what to say. At the checkpoint, try, "I'm over 75. Can I keep my shoes on?" Or, "I have difficulty raising my arms. Can we do this another way?" Carrying medical equipment like a CPAP or insulin pump? Mention it right away so TSA can guide you through with minimal fuss. Another often missed benefit: early boarding for seniors. Airlines rarely announce it, but a polite, "I'd like to board early to get settled," will usually get you through before the crowd. These rights aren't favors, they're official allowances designed to make travel easier. Use them, and you'll spend less time in lines, feel hassle at security. Travelers over 65 don't realize they may qualify for cheaper, or sometimes free access to airport lounges. These aren't just for business class passengers or frequent flyer elites. Lounges like Aspire in the US and abroad have been known to offer around 10% off for seniors when booking online in advance. A 72-year-old lucky passenger in Dallas simply mentioned her age and that her flight was delayed. The lounge staff waved her in for free. No membership, no fee. It's not guaranteed, but it happens. Look at luxury benefits lounges offer: quiet, comfortable seating, free snacks and drinks, high-speed Wi-Fi, and clean private restrooms. On a long layover or during a delay, the difference between sitting in a crowded gate area and relaxing in a lounge makes delays so much more bearable, especially if you value peace and comfort before boarding. Want to try this? Check the lounge's official website for senior pricing. Book online in advance to secure both your spot and the discount. If your flight is delayed or you're on a long-haul trip, politely mention your age when asking at the counter. You might get a pleasant surprise. You can also explore access programs like Priority Pass or Dragon Pass. Some memberships through AARP or AAA occasionally offer discounted day passes. Even if the savings aren't huge, the value is in how you feel: calm, rested, and ready for your flight. All it takes is asking. A quick, polite word at the airport can sometimes land you a bigger, more comfortable seat without paying extra. Check-in and gate agents often have the flexibility to move older passengers into aisle seats, exit rows, or other open spots if the flight isn't full. The best approach? Skip online check-in. Go to the counter, mention your age or any mobility needs, and ask if there's a better seat available. This works best when there are still empty seats, especially near the aisle. Important to note, there's no official airline rule that automatically upgrades passengers over 70 or 75. However, under US and EU passenger rights, staff can adjust seating for special needs, especially if you've arranged mobility assistance. Bill, 76, tried this on an international trip. At the counter, he smiled and asked, "Any aisle seats today?" The agent tapped a few keys and handed him a boarding pass for a seat just 2 rows behind first class, free of charge. One short conversation could make the difference between a cramped journey and a far more comfortable flight. That's what you can do on the ground. But once you're in the air, there's another simple move that can boost your comfort even further. Flight attendants are ready to assist older passengers, but they can't read minds. Unless you tell them, they may not realize you need a hand. Speaking up as soon as you board makes all the difference. It puts you on their radar for the rest of the flight. A simple phrase works wonders. "I might need help with my carry-on." Most crew members will gladly lift your bag into the overhead bin and may check in on you during the flight. It's not just about luggage. Letting them know up front can lead to small but welcome gestures. An extra bottle of water, a pillow, or a blanket without you having to ask again. You're not inconveniencing them. In fact, you're helping them do their job better. One traveler shared that his 75-year-old relative politely asked for help with her bag on a Delta flight. Not only did the attendant store it for her, but she also stopped by later with extra water, simply because she knew the passenger might appreciate it. Flight attendants are trained to provide this kind of support, and many genuinely enjoy helping seniors. The key is to let them know before the plane leaves the ground. Navigating a big airport alone can feel overwhelming. What many seniors don't know is that a family member or caregiver can walk with you all the way to your gate, even if they're not flying. It's called a gate pass, also known as an escort or security pass, and it's easier to get than you might think. Under the U.S. Air Carrier Access Act and TSA guidelines, gate passes can be issued for passengers needing special assistance, including those over 70. The person accompanying you just needs a valid ID, like a driver's license or passport. They'll still go through TSA screening, but the pass allows them to help carry bags, guide you through security, and wait with you until boarding. One traveler shared how they walked their 78-year-old mom to the gate at LAX by simply requesting a gate pass at the Delta counter and showing her passport. No hassle, no special forms. Also, at your destination, a loved one can also meet you right at the gate if you need help walking through the terminal, especially after a long flight. It's not automatic, so ask the airline at check-in. Chat with the agent about your needs. They might surprise you. Over 70 and finding the standard tray too salty or tough to chew? Solve it before you fly by arranging a special meal. Lufthansa, for example, lists 11 special options on long-haul routes. Think soft-textured, low-sodium, diabetic-friendly, vegetarian, lactose-free, gluten-free, and more. Remember, booking at least 24 hours in advance, then give the crew a quick heads up after boarding so it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. Why this matters for seniors. Lower salt equals less swelling, softer textures are kinder to dentures, and choosing meals that match your meds keeps energy steady. Sometimes you will be happier to receive these pre-ordered trays before the main service, so you eat sooner, settle sooner, and rest sooner. One small step turns airplane food into food that actually suits you, keeping you comfortable during your flight and giving your family one less thing to worry about. Flying at 70 isn't always easy, but once you know the rights and perks available to you at this age, your trip or your loved one's trip can be so much smoother and more enjoyable. Have you tried any of the tips I mentioned? Share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear how it worked out for you. And if you know of any other perks worth adding to the list, Share your tips. It might just help someone else have a better journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Safe travels.